So hey everybody, it's the Black Ghost. I'm here with the big one. This is the big box that I'm excited to do cracking some packs. What I did was I got a mixed box of Return to Ravnica block. So it's 3 packs from each of the 12 packs from each of the 3 sets. Trying to use my ghetto Swiss Army knife to try to cut some of it open. So this one came, it was about the same price you'd get a normal pack of one of the boxes. Probably about what you'd get it for a regular pack of Ravnica. But it also came with these super sweet Princess Leia sleeves. Yeah. Pretty nice. So that's like $10 right off the top. So, alright, well here's the kind of beat up box they all came in. So what we got here is that looks like my 12, 12, and 12. Oop, some of them's leaking. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Great. Oop, there's a Dragon's Maze. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, another 12 there. And finally, here is the Dragon's Maze. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright, so I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna start with the Dragon's Maze so we can, you know, start with the least interesting, I guess, packs. You have to bear with me. I like opening them, you know, and keeping the sleeve. So we've got, you know, some commons that I'll shoot past. Sin Collector as an uncommon. Debt to the Deathless, which I actually can use one more for an EDH deck. Flux Charger, who makes an interesting EDH commander, Pauper EDH commander, and the third Pontiff of Blight. And we got a Selesnya Guildgate in the land slot. What I really want to do is I want to see if I can get shocks. I only have 3 or 4 of the shocks, so at least Dragon's Maze gives you a very small chance of getting a shock as the land instead of the Guildgate. I actually have pulled one of my shocks as the land in the Dragon's Maze pack, so we'll see if I have that luck again. Clue Stones, which you got a bajillion million Clue Stones if you've opened these packs and drafted them. There's Protect and Serve, another Sin Collector, Profit and Loss, so 2 of the Flip Fuse cards. Oh, a Blood Scrivener. These were looked at as maybe one of those guys who, you know, could fill in for a Bob, but, you know, didn't really. And no land in the land slot. So what I'm looking for is Voice of Resurgence, which I had one and I'm selling it off. I'm looking for a whole bunch of other different options. I think there's a couple more rare cards that are worth something. I'm just passing past the commons. You might see something interesting there. Ascended Lawmage, Species Gorger, Crassus Incubation, and Obzadot's Aid. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you can probably already see the eye. Is it Guildgate? So there's another pack down of Dragon's Maze. Well, the other reason why I bought this box is, well, first of all, to crack a pack for you so you can actually, you know, see it. And also because I'm building a reject rare cube, and I figure there's actually going to be quite a few rejectable rares here. So I've got Runner's Bane, Vishino First Blade, Mind Static, Mutant's Prey, Sunspire, Gatekeepers. What am I doing? Just get all past that. Restore the Peace. Return each creature that was dealt damage this turn to its owner's hand. Far and Away, the blue-black. Flux Charger again. And Gaze of Granite. Alright. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost X or less. So that could see some use in an EDH deck. It's not terrible. A Dimir Guildgate and a Knight. So, what I want to, like I said, I wanted to try to crack some of these packs. I'm going to have way too many Dragon's Maze cards that I'm not going to use. Nivix Cyclops. You know, these kind of things are just going to become extra card stock at the end. So you've got Toil and Trouble, which I used, which I got out of my I got out of my Deck Builder's Toolkit, and was able to use. Bronzebeard Moa, Blaze Commando, Teysa, Envoy of Ghosts, and another Simic Guildgate. Now, since it was split and split and split, it's possible that someone's gone through these boxes and, you know, opened packs until they've gotten, like, you know, three or four mythics, and gone, alright, well, the rest of these packs are probably useless, and set them off to the side. So these could be slightly, you know, looked through. This one's already kind of ripped on the bottom. Awkward. Anyway. What do we got here? We've got uncovered clues. Yeah, clue stones. All the clue stones. They were like, let's just fix all the mana. There's a pinger that also gives you mana. Showstopper, Trostani Summoner, which was one of the game day guy promos. Bred for the Hunt. Renegade Crassus. Evolve. Whenever Renegade Crassus evolves, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control with a +1/+1 counter. So it's the Evolve Lord. And I got a foil Species Gorger. See the foil Simiciness. And a Selesnya Guildgate. Give me 1 second. I think I might be adding a little light here. Let's see. Let's see if that makes it any better. Probably not. Anyway, so we've got 6 packs left. So we'll see if anything else comes, anything good. For the most part, it looks pretty ho-hum what we've got. That's why I wanted to start with Dragon's Maze. I figured we probably wouldn't get all that much great stuff with Dragon's Maze. More clue stones. All the clue stones. Tithe Drinker. Threshing. Fatal Fumes. Okay, Spike Jester. Here's a little guy who does some work. In Limited. Protect and Serve. Turn and Burn. The rare is Rorik Thar the Unbowed. I have one of those. And a Gruul Guildgate. So far, we haven't been lucky getting the gate in that slot. I mean, the Shockland in that slot. I don't know what the rarity is for that. I don't know how often it happens. I don't know. I'd have to probably watch a Dragon's Maze unboxing to see how often that looked like it happened. Gruul Warchant. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. This might be playable in EDH. What do we got? Far and Away again. Down and Dirty. Another Maze Runner. Malik Izik Paragon. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast the top card of your library if it's an instant or sorcery. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your library, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. It seemed like he'd be pretty good. He's like 6 mana though, and as you probably saw as I was shuffling through, there was a Gruul Guildgate in the land slot. So I'm going to have all the Guildgates I could ever want. So if I ever need to fix mana, I at least have tap lands. Tap gates. Unfortunately, since I run a Maze's End deck, I have at least 2 of every gate. So here we go. Azorius Cluestone, more clue stones, lots of clue stones, all the clue stones. Alright, so we've got Armed and Dangerous as a split, Warped Physique, +1, +X -X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Gleam of Battle, which puts in a counter on each dude. And our rare is the split rare, Catch and Release. The blue side is gain control of target permanent until the end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until the end of turn, and if you're able to do release as well, each player sacrifices an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, a land, and a planeswalker. So in a reject rare draft, you might play one side or you might play the other side. This looks like it could be fun for that. And maybe, if you're lucky, you can play all of it. So we got a foil Maze Sentinel and Rakdos Guildgate in the land slot. So we're down to 3. Trying to find something decent. I don't know if I'll find any value in here. What I was hoping is that, you know, well, if I find 10 shock lands, I've made my pack back. Again, we haven't found a mythic in this pile, which is, you know, starting to make me think that maybe that's what they did. Alright, a Jellin Sphinx. Debt to the Debtless, Blaze Commando, our rare is Varol's the Scar Strip. Now he makes an interesting EDH commander. Each creature card in your graveyard is scavenged. The scavenge cost is equal to its mana cost. So you can scavenge off that creature onto Varol's, as I like to call him. And if you sacrifice another creature, you can regenerate him. So then you can eat him. It's pretty sweet, and we got an Izzet Guildgate. So he could be an interesting commander. He's cheap, he comes out fairly quick, and he's got a way to stay on the board. And then, you know, once he comes out, once you've played him for the 3rd or 4th time, he's actually relatively, you know, you can start Om-Nom and dudes in your graveyard who've probably been board wiped 3 or 4 times during the course of a game. Alright, so we're going to scoot back past all this stuff. Another Jellin Sphinx as an uncommon. Give and Take. Rot Farm Skeleton. And our rare is a Boros Battleshaper. At the beginning of each combat, up to 1 target creature attacks or blocks this combat. If able, and up to 1 target creature can't attack or block. So he kind of sets how the attacks and blocks go, but he also costs 7 mana. We've got a foil Maze Abomination. And, hey, we got one! We got a Stomping Ground in our land slot. Alright. So I'm glad I got at least one. I really should be pulling the rares out. I don't think there's really any rares of note in out of that we got. And I'm probably going to stop this after the 12 packs. And I'll set up for the next few. So I'll just pull the rares out then. So we can go back through them all at the end. Golgari Cluestone. This is the last one, so here we go. Yeah. Alive and Well. Turn and Burn. Blast of Genius. Choose target creature or player, draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Blast of Genius deals damage equal to discarded card's converted mana cost to the card. And a Render Silent. Well, I'm almost got a playset of those. Remember, I think I pulled one of those in my Fat Pack. Counter target spell, its controller can't cast spells this turn, which is, you know, that's the cost of it. And an Orzhov Guildgate in the land slot. So that's the Dragon's Maze. I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna hit the gate crash next. So, all right. So we're gonna go into the gate crash now. I took some time to separate out the rares. Our best one was actually out of the land slot, the Stomping Ground, and it's actually probably the cheapest of the shocks. We got 4 of the Maze Runners from Dragon's Maze, some other stuff that, you know, you might run in EDH, but most of it's going into my reject rare draft. So let's go crack open a whole bunch of shock lands, maybe some other interesting stuff here at a gate crash. Let's see what we got coming up. Again, with the almost opened packs. What is that about, man? It's kind of like, I don't know. Anyways, let's see if we can't get our first mythic out of this mixed box. Looks like we got a foil. More gates. A little more gates. More gates. Alright. Vizkopa Confessor. Simic Keyrune. Guardian of the Gateless. And the rare 5 Alarm Fire. Good old bulk rare. Ooh, foil Death Cult Rogue. That's fun. And planes. I'm only going to keep the rares out if they're, you know, something I know is good, or if it's a foil rare. We're going to keep the foils out. Let's see. Alright. There's some rats for your rat deck. Kingpin Pen. Call of the Nightwing. Void Walk. This is a very demure. And Lord of the Void. There's a mythic for us. Alright, let me find him. Let's get him loaded up here. Lord of the Void is a creature demon. He costs 7, 4, and 3 black. He has flying. Whenever Lord of the Void deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 7 cards of that player's library, then put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield under your control. Yeah, sounds like someone you'd want to use in your EDH deck, especially one that kind of tosses stuff to the ground, to the graveyard. You might see some play in one of my EDH decks. Shenanigans, especially since the EDH deck might have both Nykthos and Kabul Coffers as a mono black deck. That might be a thing. Alright, so Demure Charm. That's right, I'm going to chance at all the charms, which is counter target spell or destroy target creature with power 2 or less, or look at the top 3 cards target player's library and put 1 back and the rest in the graveyard. Mark for Death, Hellraiser Goblin. Creatures you control have haste and attack each turn if able. And Ghosted! Alright! 2 in a row for Mythics. I will take that. I will take that all day. So Abzadot he's not bad. He's a legendary creature, and I think he's going to... I have the old Ghost Council as the EDH commander for my white-black deck. I think Abzadot gets to win. I think he's the man. So Abzadot is a legendary creature spirit advisor, and when Abzadot Ghost Council enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile Abzadot. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. It gains haste. So the cool part about him as a commander is that when there's a board wipe, it's usually at sorcery speed, so he's usually gone. So he comes back and siphons out some more life. So that's cool. He's a guy trending close to $5. Alright, so I guess they didn't pull all the mythics out. Let's see what else we can get. Oh no, they built these like card packs now to just kind of melt in your hands when you're opening them. I'm not a huge fan of them. I like to keep the card packs. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess they're gonna go in the front of my binder or something. Gorklan Rampager Murder Investigation. What? You enchant creature you control. When enchanted creature dies, put X11 soldier. Okay. Sure, why not? I'd never have seen one of these. If I had one, I somehow drafted it, I probably would try to play with it. Hold the Gates works really well in my Maze's End deck. Mystic Genesis. Alright, it's 2 green and double blue. Counter target spell. Put an XX green ooze creature token onto the battlefield, where X is the spell's converted mana cost. I think my friend worked this into a Momir Vig deck, but probably not. We've got a foil, Viashino Shanktail. Look at the Gruul symbol. And that's about it. Alright, let's go more shocks. Come on, more shocks, more shocks. I mean, I'm opening 13 packs. I should get at least 1 shock in each of the 13 packs. But then again, it's random, so randomness is what it is. Aerial Maneuver, Spire Tracer. I like him in a elf aggro deck. Comes out quick and he can't be blocked by a lot of stuff. Alright, Dinrova Horror. Tower Defense. Not the game, but actually the card. Killing Glare, and our rare is Biovisionary. Alright, this is the guy you make a Biovisionary deck about. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. So he's a alternate win condition guy. You have to. I really need to get 3 more copies of him if I'm going to decide to play with him. But he's fun. He could be something interesting. You know, I don't think he's worth a whole lot of money, but, you know, people are still looking at him because people like building fun decks, believe it or not. It's not all about, you know, putting together the best Magic deck that you can so you can win Friday Night Magic against everybody. Sometimes it's about, you know, putting together decks that are fun to play with. Hopefully you find other people who like putting together decks that are fun to play with, because normally you just get stomped otherwise. Okay, Gore Clan, Rampager. Wait a second, I've seen these cards before. Tower Defense, Homing Lightning is at least different, and Biomass Mutation. X and a green-blue hybrid, 2 green-blue hybrids. Creatures you control become XX until the end of turn. That sounds fun. That could be fun. Alright, Gatecrash, what do you got for me? You've got Sacred Foundry. In fact, all the rest of these packs will have Sacred Foundries. That is sufficiently random enough. Rawr. Pack, I say, open. Alright. We've got some stuff. Some things. Oh, Merfolk of the Depth. He only costs 6, but he's got hybrid. He's flash. So, if you need a 4-2, you know, just hold back 6 mana. You never know. I guess if you're playing a control and you're trying to hold back 2 counter spells, this could be useful. You know, you don't actually have to counter anything, so you play him at flash, I guess. Hey, Skullcrack! That'll work. I'll take that one. I think that's still doing some stuff, right? It's still worth something, somewhere, to somebody. Anyway, players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Skullcrack deals 3 damage to target player. Right there. Oh, damage can't be prevented this turn, I think, is what gets around some other things. Anyway, it's trends at about $1, $1.35, so it's worth more than most of the rares we pulled out of Dragon's Maze. Then you got an Undercity Informer. This is big dirtle stuff. And our rare is Immortal Servitude. Alright, this is a fun card. Return each creature with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. And it costs X and 3 white-black hybrids. That's a fun card. I get a lot of fun stuff. A lot of, like, EDH kind of quality fun cards. And really, that's what EDH is for. You want to play the weird, off-kilter stuff, because no one ever expects it. Alright, then we'll learn through all these guys, all the guys, mugging, my good friend Daring Skyjack. Alright, another Dimir Charm, and a Simic Charm. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn, or permanents you control gain hexproof until the end of turn, or return target creature to its owner's hand. Mind's Eye Drake. He has a mill on him. Oh, and another Night Veil Spectre. Good, I could use a couple before they rotate out of set. So we're doing okay. Oh, and this is a foil rare. Look at that. Cool. Wrecking Ogre has double strike. He's a 5 mana. 3/3, but he has double strike, and you can blood rush him, which means you, as an ability, so at ability speed, you discard him, and attacking creature gets +3/+3 and gains double strike until the end of turn. So 5. Nom 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 nom. He might be going in my super secret tech deck. Shh. That card doesn't exist, but I have a deck built around it. Alright. Open. Abra! Para mi. Alright. You got some Scooby-Doos. Another Death Cult Rogue. I think I got a play set of those. Vernhaven. Okay. Gridlock. Tap X, target non-land permanents, or draw a veteran. Cinder Elemental. Aurelia, the War Leader! She's actually paced pretty well over the course. I got one of her in the first or second pack I opened of Gatecrash. So there's another mythic. That's cool. We'll take her. She's actually a really fun general for EDH as well. I have an EDH deck built around her, and the whole point of it is to win in one swing. Well, excuse me, one turn, as it were, because she swings twice. You know, you give her a little bit of a buff and double strike, and all of a sudden she's done 21 commander damage. Alright, so here we go. More stuff. More mythics! Actually, I would be totally okay with not a mythic. And another stomping ground! Alright, well, I guess that's our shock for this pile, because we got two more gate crash. So, wow, I'm working my way to a playset of stomping ground shocks. Anyway, another Demure Charm, a playset of Demure Charms, that Murder Investigation, and White of Precinct 6 as our uncommons. Alright, that was not a Sacred Foundry. This is a Sacred Foundry. Sacred Foundry. I'm calling for you. I mean, we had a good run of Mythics for 13 packs, for a third of a booster box, so I'm not, you know, could be a lot worse. Let's see, Prophetic Prism is some EDH use. Fortress Cyclops, oh wait, 1,000 Lashes. You know, it's a reasonable card. Fortress Cyclops, Incursion Specialist, and Stolen Identity. 6 mana, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target artifact or creature, and it also has Cipher. So basically, this gets put onto any creature forever, well, as long as you can keep it on the board. So you can just be like, blurp, 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 tokens. That's fun. That sounds like something I would try to play in my EDH deck for a couple games and realize that it's not great at all, and then cut it and put it into my reject rare draft. Alright, last pack. This is a foil. We're going to get a foil Shockland in this one. Agoraphobia, which means fear of going outside, I believe. Burning Tree Emissary. Okay, that's a guy. He does stuff. Talk about the uncommon. We got some okay uncommons in this. I'm pretty sure we've got a pile of uncommons that are better than the commons, the rares in the Dragon's Maze packs. Alright, so this one is when Burning Tree Emissary enters the battlefield, add red and green to your mana pool. So basically he costs you the 2 hybrid. Yeah, he's $1.35, just like my friend Skullcrack. And Wasteland Viper. Good old Wasteland Viper gums up the works from my EDH deck. And a Crypt Ghast. So there you go. There's somebody to play in your EDH decks. 3 in a black. Extort. And then whenever you tap a swamp for mana, add 1 black to your mana pool. So, you know, you just add for a little bit of time, you'll be able to put Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, in there. And whenever you tap a land, you get an extra black. Hooray! So, that's all the Gatecrash stuff. I'll go ahead and give you all the cool Gatecrash stuff that we picked up. We got the Crypt Ghast, Stolen Entity, another Stomping Ground, and Aurelia the War Leader, 1 foily rare, Nightveil Spectre, Mortal Servitude, Biovisionary, Mystic Gen, and Obzidot. We got the Obzidot and Lord of the Void, and Aurelia. So not too bad when you get 3 Mystics. Alright, so I'm gonna go one more time. Saved the best for last, right? We got these are all Jaces, or all Shocklands, all foil Shocklands. Alright, so I'm going to start cracking the packs here for Return to Ravnica. These are the last 13. The cool part about maybe getting the mixed box is that you can do a little bit of draft prep. The problem with the mixed box is if you're doing the full set, you can only draft a pod of 4. Which normally your pods are going to be 8. So it's not really going to be the kind of draft... It's not going to be real draft prep that way. Come on, man. Give it up. Give up the cards. People are watching. They're waiting. Chronic Flooding, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Dooby-Doo, Skullrend. Man, did I just overlook most of these cards? There's Archweaver, big ol' spider. Rites of Reaping, Blood Fray Giant, Unleash guy. And our rare is a Deathbridge Goliath, who has Scavenge for 6. So he's a 5/5 for 4, which is nice, I guess. And then you can put the 5 on him somewhere. And a Goblin token. Interesting. The tokens have all been behind the lands in the other packs. Here in Ravnica, the tokens appear to be in front of the lands. I guess they're like, yeah, it's a land. Don't worry about it. I mean, it makes sense for Dragon's Maze because you might get a shock in that slot, which we did. Golgari Longlegs. Oh, Mind Rot. I haven't seen that art yet. Axebane Guardian. Arrest. Alright, that's an okay card. Hover Barrier, Kazota Guildsmage, Death's Presence. Whenever a creature you control dies, put X/1/1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the power of the creature that died. I feel like there's some sort of combo that this goes to. I don't think I pulled out the rares from the last set. Let's see. See how terrible I am at this. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Hello. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Nope. Did not pull out the Deathbridge Goliath. And that's okay. That's the only packs we've opened. Good. I'm not total fail city. Just slightly fail city. Slightly fail city. I actually should probably have played back the Dragon's Maze to make sure that all of the sound was getting recorded correctly. It'll probably be all like... let's see. Mind Rot. Dark Revenant. When it dies, put it on top of its owner's library. Great. You can get caught in a trade situation where all you ever draw is Dark Revenant. Cool. Fencing Ace. Risen Sanctuary. Just a huge dude with vigilance. And oh, a World Spine Worm. Okay. There's another mythic for us. Trample, when World Spine Worm dies, put 3 5/5 green worm creature tokens with trample onto the play. When World Spine Worm is put into a graveyard from play, shuffle it into its owner's library. Oh, and by the way, it only costs 11 mana. 8 and 3 green. It's a 15/15. I dream of being able to play this in my EDH deck. I might also play it in a super dirtily legacy deck that I have. Yeah, World Spine Worm. So my dream of getting 10 shocks, not gonna happen. But I do love cracking packs. I love it so much that even if I just spent $40 to crack packs, I'm totally okay with this. Trust me. I'm not lying. We got some cool pulls, though. We got some really nice pulls. Bluster Squall. Tap target creature you don't control with Overload. Thought Flare. Draw 4 cards, then discard 2. Street Spasm. And a Ms. Mortars. Okay, that worked. That card does some work. That's good. Man, my Boros deck is gonna look great for the last 2 months that it's, like, actually relevant. And by relevant, I mean a decent mid-range deck. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Out of my face! Alright, what do we got here? Dynacharge. Oak Street Innkeeper. As long as it's not tapped, as long as it's not your turn, tapped creatures you control have hexproof. Oh, that's cool. I might find use for him in my elf deck, because my dudes turn sideways all the time. Fall of the Gavel, counter target spell, gain life. Locust, Flying Scavenger. Hey, Supreme Verdict! That'll do. I'll take one of those. Good times. Supreme Verdict, I believe, will retain some of its value. Because, you know, 4 mana board sweeper for creatures that can't be countered. That has a place. That has a place. Certainly in EDH. And possibly even in, I don't know. I don't really troll the modern or legacy tournaments all that much. It might already have a place in one of those in some of those decks. But you know, I think that'll age pretty well when this set rotates. Call of the Conclave, 3/3 for 2. Gobbling Ooze, Rakdos Cackler is a cute little 1-drop. Azor's Allocutors. Here's another alternate win condition guy. 3 and then the 2 blue-white hybrid. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a filibuster counter on Azor's Elocutors. Then, if Azor's Elocutors has 5 or more filibuster counters on it, you win the game. When a source deals damage to you, remove a filibuster counter from Azor's Elocutors. This used to be sideboard for a little short time mainboard on my Maze's End deck, because I run about 14 fog effects. So if you're turning your dude sideways to deal damage in standard, too bad. I'm gonna get this guy to go off. Oh, hey guys. So I'm just looking through all this. Wait, you're saying that the video cut out? Really? That's wildly unfortunate. Alright, well, let's see where we cut out on. So I just gotten... Oh, okay, so I had just gotten this guy. Azor's Elocutors. That's this guy right here. He was the alternate win condition guy. Okay, well, I guess that's something. I've got all my rares. Unfortunately, I think one got left in the pile. So, I was trying to sort that one out. Where'd you go, buddy? I miss you. Anyway, I'll find it later. It's not super important, I guess. Anyway, so here are some of the other rares that I got from their Havoc Festival. It's a super... He's 6 mana, and if I can get him here. 6 mana, players can't gain life. Man, focus. Players can't gain life. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses half his or her life rounded up. It does, of course, cost 6 mana, but it could be fun for EDH. I also got one of these. I heard it's pretty decent. Pretty alright. Dreadbore. Let's see. Gerard's Orders, which is a tutor for creatures. Costs 2 black and a green, and you search your library for up to 2 creatures and reveal them. Put 1 in your hand and 1 in the graveyard, so you can recur it. Oh yeah, and I got one of these, and the pack before that, I got one of these. Yep, so that's how it rolled. I think we had stopped. The Supreme Verdict was the second to last one that I picked. So I got 4 Shocklands. No, I got 5 Shocklands. So approximately $50, though most of them are the cheap ones. Oh, except I did actually notice that the video cut out. So here is the last pack. I didn't look at all the cards in it. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Doodle-a-doo. I'm gonna do it the other way so I can maybe see the... All this is junk. Oh, Stab Wound. Look at that. That's gonna be type 2 legal. I don't think any of the rest of this is actually useful. Stab Wound is gonna be type 2 legal. It's an uncommon now. Codex Shredder. Mill. Target player puts the top card from his or her library into his or her graveyard. Sacrifice Codex Shredder to return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Another Fall of the Gavel, counter plus life gain, Rakdos Rage Mutt, a lifelinking Haster for 5, and the rare Fire Mines Foresight. So we didn't end up getting anything super crazy, no foil Jaces. We did get 5 Shocks, which is what I was hoping for, so let's say approximately $50 worth of value just off those. We got some decent, I'm going to put those over here. You know, we've got some decent mythics that fell in here. We've got some okay, just regular rares like Supreme Verdict, Dreadbore, Miziamors. We got the World Spine Worm that was a rare. I should actually probably be just fanning them out for you. You know, we got some decent stuff, rare-wise. This probably won't even be high def enough. I used my phone to do most of these, and they were, you know,
it was adequate. So, hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to turn the damn videos the correct way, though. That will be a trick. Hello, shocks. So that was cool. We got at least one shock in each box. No, maybe I only got the 4. Yeah, I think I said I only got the 4. I got one shock in each box. One out of the land slot. So 2 stomping grounds, an overgrown tomb, and a hollowed fountain. So that's, yeah, 40 bucks out of that. We got our gate crash was very helpful to us in terms of mythics. Lord of the Void, Obsidat, Aurelia the War Leader. Then we picked up the World Spine Worm as a mythic for Ravnica, and then there was some, you know, some reasonable stuff that fell. Supreme Verdict, which I think will hold value. Mizium Mortars, I don't know, Crypt Gas maybe, Nightveil Spectre, Immortal Servitude, Biovisionary, making my Biovisionary deck. And some interesting EDH stuff. So overall, I had fun. I hope you did too. You know, adding in some of the ho-hum other stuff. We'll see how it goes, but thanks for watching. Again, you know, hit that like and subscribe buttons wherever they are. They're usually, you know, one here and one here. Or actually, they used to be here. They're both down here now. So hit one or both, or as many as you can find. You know, share, do whatever. Gum up all your friends' walls on Facebook, because you're already gumming it up with junk right now, like Candy Crush or something like that, or Avengers Alliance, which you might notice from my feeds here. But thanks for holding with us till the end here. I've got some repacks. I finally looked at some of the cards that are available that he had on there. There was a bunch of Jaces, you know, Jace the M15 or Jace the M14 and Jace the Return to Ravnica and some Vraskas and some other stuff that looked really interesting. Boros Reckoners. But they're only $1 a pack, and he wasn't like saying like, "Hey, you could get a Mox." So you know, there was a lot of like dingus eggs too that I saw. There was like a whole stack of them. So I assume that I'm gonna need about 4 dingus eggs in mind, but we'll see. I'll go over that and more. I got 5, and they threw in an extra 1 for free. So I'll crack all those packs for you. And I have a bid in on a repack, a box of Born of the Gods repacks. So that would be cool to open up and show you what you get for repacks, whether they're value at hopefully the $25 that I buy it at, a quarter of a price of a full booster, because you're not gonna get some of the picks that we got, the World Spine Worm, you know, 4 shocks. You're not gonna get stuff like that. All of the temples will be gone from it. All the good stuff. I'm just hoping to fill out my playset of Vile Blight and maybe get some added value. So that's that. I'm gonna take all these, you know, empty packs and put them in this box so I can save it like some sort of pack rat, which we didn't pull. Would have been nice. But yeah, so you know, like and subscribe and all that jazz. And if you know, you're one of my long-suffering Minecraft video people, I swear. Videos are coming. They may already be up by the time you watch this video. So, thanks for watching. You know, my hour-long video. Adios.